Welcome, welcome. This is the Mini to Mogul Online Virtual Summit, and this is your blueprint to launching your business. I'm your host, Nselaa Ward, and today we are with Kris Miller. Miss Kris, how are you?
Doing well, thank you. Great to
If
be.
you haven't heard about Miss Kris, the information about her, she's been a #1 best-selling author. She's also known as the Legacy Wealth Strategist. She speaks around the world about financial freedom and second chances and how to thrive in an uncertain economy. She has stories of mansions and forest fires, 3,000-mile barefoot journeys across America, and $1 million in chemotherapy. She's a certified senior advisor, a chartered federal employee benefits consultant, and has been nominated for the Woman of the Year and Best Customer Service Award by the Chamber of Commerce. Kris, tell me a little bit about what does it mean to be a legacy wealth strategist, because that's not just a regular financial advisor. Tell us what legacy wealth means.
Well, legacy wealth, I really fell into that, and I've been in practice for 25 years and counseled over 6,000 people, and no one on my watch has ever lost a dime. Ever. Now, I wasn't always at that point, because what happened in my life as a planner was I kept seeing these patterns. People would come in my office and they'd start planning at 60 and 70, and they missed all of the wealth growth that they could have had. And then I started seeing patterns, and I went through a few crashes, lost a lot of money, and then I thought, what the heck is going on here? I'm losing money. I'm a planner. So what happened was that pushed me to go a little deeper into what I was being taught. And what I found out was I wasn't being taught everything. That there were actually places that I could grow my money 100% tax-free and create income that'll never outlive. But nobody told me about that. I actually found out in my later, when it was too late for me in age to be able to get it, which was a real bummer, right? But that passion and empowered me to go, you know what, I'm going to tell people about this. So there's actually patterns that people get into, and we're all that way, where people don't know how to manage their money. And they're taught only the same way over and over again, where you got to risk your money to make money, stock market, and all of the things with risk. So I came into that by a result of me going through a few crashes and counseling over 6,000 people. That's how I've learned these. And they're really strategies of the top 1%. They're really ways that people that really know about money or are born into money learn. Because you got to be taught. It's not really instinctive for us to want to say, right?
Right. I get that. And I like the fact that you just said that nobody under your watch has lost any money. How do you achieve that? I don't think there's not very many financial advisors out there that can say that. How do you have a business where nobody has lost money in investing?
Because I don't gamble my money in the stock market. I don't have any money at risk. I used to have mutual funds and bonds, and I did everything that my dad did, because my dad was very successful. Well, my daddy lived to 96, but his generation, I'm telling you, years ago, the stock market was the engine. It was the way to go. But actually, times have changed. Now we're in a global world. So what happens in Japan is going to help affect us here. And we're really volatile. Well, I know, but I've, seen working hard. We're working hard to make this money, but we're not taught how to protect this money. So I've saw these strategies in these patterns, and what I use are insurance products. There's some really cool, creative products that you can actually build income on insurance, because you're younger at ages between 25 and 50, actually. 45 is a really good. 45 is really the age where what I'm talking about really applies. How you can create income you'll never outlive with life insurance. Now I have a client, and she's 45. She's right at kind of like the edge of the deferral, right? But she was going to put in $2,000 a month, and at I think it was 67, she was set to get $82,000 a year, 100%
Oh, wow.
tax-free for the rest of her life. Isn't that crazy? So now imagine if you're 20, 25, 30. I mean, like, I'm looking at you guys going, you guys got to do this, right? You've got to learn these strategies. And that's what I do with Legacy Shifters and our company. We've created programs that we teach people how to envision their future, how to create a money map so that they know how to get to where they're going. Because if you have a goal and you don't have a map like you're talking about with your business, you don't have that laid out, you won't know how to get there. And you end up spinning around, and 20, 40 years, boom, can go by really fast, if you know what I mean.
Right.
It's flying,
Right.
right?
I remember when I first started my law firm, and that was almost a decade ago, a financial advisor came to me and they were telling me that I really needed to start investing my money and preparing for retirement and things of that sort. Why is it important for entrepreneurs to start planning for their money at this point so far down the line when they're just starting their business?
Because the world that we're living in now, like I was telling you about my dad's world, the retirees that I grew up with, they retired off their interest. There was so much interest, they could live off of that. But now we're in a low interest economy. It takes 4 times as long to grow your money. So you, first of all, and I betcha, here's one for you. This is a stat in United States, people that make 100,000 to 150, right? You kind of might be jealous of that, thinking, hey, that's pretty cool. Well, guess what? Only 50% of them only have $1,000 saved. Now that's cuckoo, right? But it's money DNA. It's mindset. It's the way we think. It's the way we were taught when we were born. It's the way we programmed ourselves by the way we disempower ourselves with what we do every day. So I encourage people to start now. And I don't necessarily say you can't start with what I was just talking about if you don't have your rainy day money. So we go back one step even farther, right? And this is another thing that people that aren't making high incomes, even high incomes, don't have. I have multimillionaire clients that have multi-millions in properties and investments, but don't have 6-month rainy day money, right? And crazy. So we got to build the foundation. It isn't like, here, I'm going to sell your product, have a nice day, which is what most financial planners do. They'll risk your money. They'll gamble your money. They make money when your money's sitting in there. They make money when they move your money. They're making money. The kind of investments I do, I get paid one time. That's it. And I got to take care of my clients for the rest of their life. Got to have a little heart for that. It's not as big a money. But honestly, I want to be able to look at my clients and tell them what I buy the stock, but I don't want to own it, right? The integrity, be one with what you're doing. So I own what I sell. The only thing that I don't own is what I'm telling you about, because I was too old for it. I found out in my late 50s, I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm older than that even. So, I found out later, and it was like, it really irritated me. Like, I was learning, I'm a planner for 25 years, but it took me 20 years to find that. Like, how come no one told me? I was really sad because I would have had a lot of money, tax-free. But now I have to pay taxes when I take my money out. And I got great places for retirement accounts that you never lose your principal. If you've got money in IRAs and 401ks, there's great places you can stockpile your money without risk. But what I'm telling the younger ages is that's really important. And you can't get to that place unless you start now, and you got to have a roadmap. Right?
Gotcha. So one thing that I really, really like, because I've looked at some different financial advising options as well, is that you could decide when you want to retire. Like when you're an employee, they tell you, okay, you can retire at 60,
Right.
62, but as an entrepreneur with plans like what you're talking about, it gives you the ability to kind of decide what age you want to be when you retire. You can decide, hey, I want to retire at 50, I want to retire at 55, and I want to have this amount of money, every month until I die, from age 50 on or 55 and on. Can you tell me a little bit about that and let the audience know about that value?
That's such a good point, because that is exactly what legacy wealth strategy is. It's a living legacy. It's not legacy at the end of my life. It's an actual legacy that we're leaving behind every moment. You leave a legacy when you go smile at the cash register lady, right? That's a living legacy. So you right. So we're building that legacy inside of our business, and we're making the business in creating give back inside of your business, and then you can create actual goals like what I showed you. We're actually okay. What age do you want to retire? How much do you want every year? And then I can actually show you, well, if you contribute $200 for the year's first year, and then you build it up 500 in next year, and it will actually target and give you an idea, because we don't know what the future holds exactly, right? We can get an idea of what you're going to have. And that, you know, in forecasting, you do with your planning, you do that same way with your business. So when you're creating your business, you're forecasting your business. We want our company, like right now, our company, Legacy Shifters, Tia Ross and I have just come together in our strategy session. So we're creating goals. And then we have goals, and then we have by when, and then we have the same thing for our business we do with money. So this year we have our goal of making so much money. Now that's the business strategy. Then you take that same thing to your own personal strategy. Okay, I had a goal that I wanted to retire like 50, 55. And I literally got to that point where I could. I was able to retire at that point. But you know what? I was like, I got too much to give. I don't want to sit around and just play music and write songs for myself. Right? I want to get out and share. So I recreated myself. And that's another thing that's a really good topic for business, is you constantly have to keep morphing, right? Recreating yourself with the way the world keeps changing. So, and I've done that many times in my business. So, but in my 50s, I did that and decided I'm going to not retire. I'm going to work to 110. My daddy worked till he was 91, so I think I got a good chance here.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I want to work till I'm 91, but I definitely get when you love something that you do, you want to definitely work on it for a long time. And I think that's really, really important here, because as entrepreneurs, we are creating businesses that we love so that we can work on them when we want to work on them. And having a plan where you can retire when you want to retire gives you the freedom to actually work on your business when you want to work on your business. And you're not so dependent on the revenue for your business to actually make your bills get paid, right? You have that amount, a certain amount of money that's coming in every year for the rest of your life, regardless of what your business does. So it gives you the ability to love it, and not because you need to get a paycheck.
That's what's so beautiful about creating income you'll never outlive, is it's not dependent on your health or you having to show up at work. So I know now that's how I've set myself. So I'll just be transparent with you at this time in my life. I'm 61. Right? So I'm probably 20, 30 years older than your listeners. So, but I'm telling you about how I've created my plan. So I've set up my retirement with these annuities. Now I have income and growth annuities. And at different times, say when I'm 65, I'm going to create mine to create income. When I'm 70, I'm going to create income. And I'm going to turn on these little faucets at different time in my life. Well, I'm still working. I still have an income. Why would I want that income? Because now at this time in my life, I want to buy long-term care. I want to be able to stay in my home when I'm older. Because believe it or not, you guys, when you get 70 or 80, your body doesn't work as good. So you got to build that in your plan, because if you don't, you'll end up losing everything you've worked for in a nursing home or convalescent care. And that is the nightmare story of when you talk about millions of dollars of chemo. That was my family's story, you know, and that's another thing that's been passioning me to share this with people, because I wouldn't really want to even talk about it, probably just be crying right now. But it was my mom who came up to me with she had a piece of paper, really, and she had tears in her eyes, and she just handed it to me. She said, I want you to share this with your clients. And I went, okay. And I looked at it, and it was a bill from Stanford Hospital for 5 days of chemo. Guess how much it was? $90,000. 5 days chemo. So she had chemo for a year.
Wow.
Right? $1 million. Now do the math, right? 90,000, 5 days in every month. $1 million is not a lot of money. So then, now my parents were in a different generation. They thought Medicare would cover long-term care, so they didn't have long-term care insurance. So my daddy said to me one day, you know, you're going to inherit millions of dollars. And I said, Dad, don't you just enjoy yourself? You know, I didn't really even take it literally. I never built my life around what I would get. Years later, my dad said to me, you might get something. Because they ended up spending millions of dollars on long-term care. My mom had cancer for 10 years. And that's another thing. If the doctor tells you you're terminal, don't believe it. He said, you know, she only had a year and she went 10. And they told my dad he only had a day and he went 7, 6. You know what I'm saying? So all of these things are each age of our life. There are different things that you've got to do. So you gotta keep morphing your money. It's an energy. Money's an energy. It's a river, and you can dam it by the way you think. You could demagnetize it by the way you disempower yourself and the way you think, right? Or you can create that energetic where you can bring it to yourself by doing the right things. And there's strategies and ways that we teach people in our Envision Days and Money Mindsets. We have talks on Mondays where we talk like real about this kind of stuff, because don't you think we're all like really preoccupied, like make money, and you get the money and you don't know what the heck to do with it. What do we do with it? I like that new dress and new shoes and get hair, nails right. So we're all in that. We all do that. I know when I have a lot of money, I spend a lot of money. And then when the money goes down, I don't adjust my mindset, and I'm still spending like I had a lot of money. So there's a lot of little things there that can click together that will leverage you into like an even stride, right? As you're running the race of life, and you won't run out of money. If you learn how to create income, you'll never outlive. At this age, you're the perfect age, really. Isn't that
I agree, definitely. So a little bit for entrepreneurs, because I know that when I was running my law firm, there was a growth period where it was actually beneficial for me to be able to take a loan or an advance from my policies. Is these wealth policies that you're talking about, strategies that you're talking about, do you have the ability at a later point when your business is having any growth spurts or whatever the case may be to, you know, take a loan or an advance from your policy and be able to use it to build your business?
Yes, there's a lot of different strategies that you can do with, depending on, you know, so I don't want to say blanket statement, because some people, they may need to just forget about that money. You know, because sometimes, let's say you took a loan and maybe the business didn't do good. Then now you're in a double thing where you've got the loan to pay. Because see, there are some planners that actually take loans from the things to do that. To me, that's a little risky. I really want to get people to commit to have something safe, something you just forget about. Like, and I mean, it would be a dire, if someone was dying, you'd get to it, right? You could do that, right? But we can build equity and other things to take loans from your business, and you can actually set up accounts to do that, right? But I want everybody to commit. And let's say maybe you don't even have enough money to contribute something monthly. What is it you could do? Well, we could start with saving some money, making sure you have a 6 to 9 month rainy day money, because this is what people don't have. You have kids, you don't have a 6 to 9 month rainy day money. That's like an obvious one. But even if you don't have kids or you're single, right? I need a new roof. I mean, we're in crazy times. You need that rainy day money. And so a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck or putting all their paycheck back in their business. So I have a really cool thing that I can share with people on what to do, how to find money. And that we're going to, the little tool that you can use, which I call the money journal, right? So you're going to keep track of your spending. I like it for a month. Some people can't commit for a month. And you can get little tools you can download from Google, little ledgers. And you keep track of your spending. every day. Start for a week if you can't commit for a month. Just watch this. It's really cool. I'm going to find you money. Okay, so you're keeping track what you spend. And at the end of the week, all you do is draw like a T. You're going to have this T, right? The cross, boom. And you have one column is going to be things you need, and the other column is going to be discretionary, like do you really need the new shoes and you really need the new whatever, right? You add them up, and you're going to find some money. How many Starbucks, how many times out to dinner, did you really need that? We're going to add all that up, and that's going to be found money. Now you're going to commit to your fabulous future. You're going to commit to future spending. So don't look at it like saving, because people get disempowered like, I don't want to do that. You take that same feeling that you get when you buy that latte or buy that new shoes. You get it like a rush, right? You get that. You're going to have to, work at it. It's like an exercise. You're going to overlay that feeling, that rush you get when you buy that cool feeling you get with the new shoes on. And create what I call a DNT account, right? Open up a little bank account. It's called DNT, do not touch, right? And you're going to put that $20 or the $50 or the $100 every week that you found because of all this extra spending, because you're not paying attention. Or you can use your credit card. And look at your credit cards too, right? And if you can't do that, then we're going to go stricter and make you just pay cash, right? But just start with that. Keep tracking. You're going to find money, and then you can't say you can't live paycheck to paycheck, because what'll happen? You'll put $20 in. You put $100 in. A month later, 2 months later, a year later, you got a few $1,000s. You know what? Money is magnetic. It grows. There's something energetically that happens when you start saving. I got taught this as a young child from my daddy. He taught me how to save, so it's in my blood when I was little, right? And he created a bank account. He'd match my money. That's a good thing to teach your children. Teach your children now. And then they do their chore. They get a little like 10 cents, and then they have their savings little bank account, and you match it. Every 10 cents you put in there, I'll match it. And it inspires them. And you do that with yourself. Because this is, and it changes your mindset about saving, right? Because everybody makes it nasty, and it's not nasty. It's comfort for you. It's your fabulous future. That's what it's about. And it'll change your whole energy around money. So that's like a little homework thing. And what's your Facebook? Everybody can. I want you to go to your Facebook page and post how much money did you find this week. How much money did you find this month? And then commit to put that in that account. So then you have your rainy day, do not touch money. We have our business money over here that we're investing in, and you learn how to take a percentage of that to recreate and put that back into some of your sales goes back into your advertising. So you can actually mirror your business with your personal. When you have these money maps, you can forecast your future. You can forecast your money. And it's fascinating. I'll unwrap one little package. It works with health, too. It works with dieting. Same thing. Works with health as well. It works with food. It works with relationships. That's why we're legacy shifters. We're shifting everything. We're shifting the way you think about things. We're shifting the way you buy things. So it's a whole energetic shift. Your money, your health, your wealth. And your peace of mind, because it gives you peace of mind knowing you have a 6-month, 8-month rainy day. It's not even conscious. You know it's there. It's just like there. And when it's not there after you have it for one time, you'll notice you kind of always look over your shoulder. That's no way to live life. You want peace. You want peace now, not peace 20 years from now when I'm a millionaire. You'll never get it. You never get it with any of those goals. The goal is to be at peace now with what you have, and then learn how to manage it and multiply it.
Right. And I think that's very important. I want to repeat what you just said. So that's the action assignment that you guys are going to take home. We want you to make your money map. You're going to have 2 columns. One is going to be the things that you absolutely need, and one is going to be all of the extra things. And then go to the Facebook Mini to Mogul. You guys know the Facebook group, Mini to Mogul. And then tell us how much money you found, because you'll find money everywhere, right? Tell us a little, can you explain that exercise again one more time so we can make sure everybody has it?
Absolutely. So we get up and this, we have a little class on this on money mindset on Facebook, so we can join our Facebook groups together and all be friends. And
perfect.
And there's a video that Tia and I did up there that actually tells you, but it simply is, you're going to just keep track of what you spend for a week, preferably a month. You can get a ledger. You can download it on Google. There's all kinds of little, keep track of your expenses. And then at the end of the week, each week, add it all up. And on one side, you're going to put the things you need, like your food and your gas and your heat and all those things. And the things that are discretionary, like, did I really need the Starbucks today? Did I really need to go buy that new jacket? I've got 5 of them, right? Or whatever it is. And add all that up. And then you'll have 2 columns. You add up both columns. On the bottom of the one column, you will see money found. Oh, find money. I found a lot of money for people, literally. I found $100,000 for a lady one time. She was so scattered with her older investments. She didn't even know she had the money. You know what? When you get older, people forget. Like, oh, I forgot I had my insurance policy, right? Or people have their ex-spouse as a beneficiary on their 401k, and then they roll it over and they forget, and then they get married again. Seen that a few times. That's not hilarious. We have the second wife in there, right? So, so you add both the columns up, right? And at the bottom of the columns, and then you're going to create your DNT account. I want you to post the Mini to Moguls, and I want you to post on money mindsets. And I want to see you found.
Absolutely.
Okay? You guys do that, and we'll show you how to multiply that money. But you got to take the steps. I can't do it for you. Then you create your DNT account, right, at the bank. Do not touch. And you're going to put that in there every week when you go to, deposit your checks or whatever you do. You're going to deposit it. And you're going to watch this thing grow. It's crazy how much money you can start. And then it changes the energy now. Your energy around money isn't just this vortex of money going out the door, and you're always in this, how am I going to make it, living check to check, right? You'll never get out. You'll never be able, because I know a lot of people are parallel entrepreneurs where they're working the day job, but they want to go for their passion. Now, a lot of people are like that. You never get out of that rut unless you start this plan, because you got to have the money to leverage yourself. You can't leverage yourself or protect what you've created unless you do these things. Then you got to have the right paperwork around it. You have children. You need a living trust. You have a house. You're putting money in and equity in a house. You need a living trust. You have IRA. You need to have the right paperwork around this. If mom and dad go out to dinner, don't come back, who's going to take care of the kids? I know we don't think about those things when we're 20, 30, 40, because we're like, never going to die. But these bodies do, and unless you believe in Jesus, right? Right? You're in this thing, right? So people get stuck. We got to really, and it's not bad to think about death or taxes or money. You don't have to go negative. This part of my goal is to make it happy money. Like it's a fun conversation, because it's just energy. Make it happy and healthy. And then when you make your money happy and healthy, it changes your life. And you learn how, and then these strategies come to you. You learn how to leverage it in your business and in your personal finances and in your relationships and in the foods that you eat and the way you live your life. It's a whole program. It's called Legacy Shifters, right? It's a state of mind that it really influences all those things. So that's the homework. And then once you find the first week, right, post in most of Facebook posts, and I'll even offer, I'll pay attention if somebody really comes on and leverages and finds a lot. I'll give you a 20-minute strategy session right? I don't have
That'll be
one
awesome. I
paycheck.
think that's very beneficial because even our meetings have been very, very beneficial for me. And I was practicing law for an extremely long period of time. So I definitely I think that 20 minutes strategy with you is valuable. People don't want to miss out on that. Let me ask you another question. I know you have to go. If you can touch on this just a little bit for the people that are watching. I know that you've been on both sides of the coins. You've been the small business owner that was looking for investors, as well as the investor that was investing in other small businesses that became big businesses. Like, for example, you were an investor in the Motivating the Masses, Lisa Nichols company. Tell me about what investors look for when they're looking to invest in another company, and what our entrepreneurs need to have prepared if they are looking for investors themselves.
Good question. That's a great question. So your business plan is what I'd be looking at. So when I look at a company to invest in, and I don't usually do that, honestly, but when I saw, I love Lisa and wanted to help support, and I love the youth program, helping support the kids. And so what I saw was the business plan. So you want to make sure that your business plan is attractive and you have what your goals are, right? A real cool business plan, and what your marketing is, because you could have a business plan. Well, I'm going to make $1 million at the end of the year. Well, oh yeah, well, how? I want to see the plan. I want to know your marketing. I want to know who your target is. I want to know what you're expecting. You're going to have an event or a webinar. How many people do you expect on there? What is your lead? Are you giving them a free giveaway? Are they going to opt in? I want to know every detail. I also want to know how you live your life. I want to know what your personal family situation is, right? You got to have it all together on all levels. Now, not all the investors are as down as I am. That you could go to a bank and they're not going to ask you if you get along with your husband necessarily, right? But but in a certain situation, it's really cool. It helps you to manage all of that, because it helps your business be successful if you are getting along with all the people in your life. And if you're not, then maybe there's something you need to cut out of it, right? So I look at all the levels. I look at your business plan, your marketing plan, your savings plan, how you treat if you have employees, how you treat your employees. And I look for the 1 year, the 5 year, the 10 year. And are you going to keep it, sell it, or is it a movement? Are you creating a foundation or a give back with your blessing or your gift? So that's what I would look for in investing.
Perfect. Are there any last words that you would like for the audience to know? Any words of wisdom, things that they should keep at heart when they're moving forward?
Well, thank you. First of all, I'm just grateful to be here with everybody. And I wish I could just go like that and go, here, you got it, right? And transfer everything. But for some reason, the way that the spirit works is you got to do the work. So I can't do your work for you, but I am here available. And I will offer, if you do the homework, I would offer you a 20-minute financial fitness strategy session. I really wasn't planning on that, but I love you, sister. So it's coming through.
Oh, I love you, Kris.
Right. So anyway, I got inspired. It's coming through now to offer that, but I'm not going to offer it to everybody because I want to see your homework. Don't judge yourself. You could only come up with $10 a day, whatever it is, right? Don't judge yourself. I'm not judging you. Look, I've been homeless. Like, I've been without money. I've been on the streets. I've been all levels, right? I've been from the high to the low. So I don't judge. Who am I to judge? So, but if I see energy, I see the action, post on the Facebook pages, and you do the homework, and you accomplish the homework, and you'll confirm that to me, then I'll be happy to give you a 20-minute financial fitness strategy session and give you some tips on which way to create your money map so that you have a way to go. Also invite you to join us on Money Mindsets. We'll start that in February. Tia Ross and I have a great call on Mondays where we do these calls, but it's all around money and things that you can do. And she talks a lot more about mindset and I talk about practical applications on how to do those things. And we also have a coaching called Shift Your Life Coaching, where we actually have a program with the Muse, which teaches you how to meditate. It's really cool. And get your brain waves on the alpha so that you can have it's really a very higher consciousness program that we do monthly for 6 months with people. You can inquire about that. Shift Your Life Coaching. So we have a lot of levels on wherever you are. We also come to corporations and businesses and speak. So we can do a webinar with you. You can invite us to your corporation. We just do it all. So anyway we can serve, just let us know, and we're available to you. And I'm wishing you all the biggest blessings. You just do 5% of what I said, you're going to be really, really blessed.
Perfect, perfect. Is there a website or an email that they can find you guys at?
Absolutely. You can get a hold of TNI at legacyshifters.com. And then you could read a lot of money conversation at healthymoneyhappylife.com. You can email me at Kris, Kris, at healthymoneyhappylife.com. And I'll give you a phone number to my secretary. And it's 951-926-4158. I'm in California. So if you need help with your living trust and plans, you can call, make an appointment, and we'll set something up for you.
Perfect. You are awesome, Kris. Thank you so much.
One more thing. The gift you can get now. Get your cell phone.
Yes.
Right? Text plan 38470. Plan at 38470, and you can download this next chapter checklist from Legacy Shifters to you.
Perfect. So that's 38470, and you text plan to that number, right?
Right. That's it.
We're going to put that on the screen as well so that everybody can text that to get their plan, because it's really, really important. I don't know how much I have to emphasize for entrepreneurs out there that we have to plan for every step of our lives. And as entrepreneurs, it's not planned for us the way it is for people that are working at a 9-to-5 job. But there's reasons behind that. So make sure you definitely follow up. Text plan to the code. I forgot the code already. Can you say it one more time for me, Kris?
38470.
38. Perfect. Thank you guys for coming. This is Minnie to Mogul. Make sure you do your homework assignment, your action plan, post it to the Facebook group, and follow up with us. We will see you next time. Thanks so much.
Thank you.